What does it mean to apply radical stewardship to your relationships? And what are the outcomes that you can expect by doing it? So, first of all, radical stewardship is I've written a definition down here. So, radical stewardship is the intentional practice of managing everything God has entrusted to us for the flourishing of others. It's the intentional practice of managing everything God has entrusted to us for the flourishing of others. In particular, in this case, it's relationships, and the reason why we want to focus on relationships is because that aligns with what my gifts are, what my skills are. Throughout the years that I was involved in copywriting and marketing, my area of interest and skills was it was converting existing buyers into repeat buyers, is how I marketed. In other words, it was to nurture existing relationships in the business in order for them to become customers and clients or repeat customers and clients. And that's what I did. It was focusing more on depth than surface level interactions. It was focusing on retention more than acquisition. And that's what I used to do. In the past, I used to do it through daily emails, where we would create daily emails following a system in order to provide that value on a daily basis around what the business sells, the service that the business provides. I used to work with service providers, like if they have a coaching program, so we provide emails every day, teaching them stuff about the stuff that the client did, in order to then run a campaign every 6 weeks or 90 days. When so the daily emails was there to give lots of touch points and to get attention and interest and to get people to be able to see that, oh, well, maybe I can become the person that can use this service and get the result that these other people have got. And then we have the campaigns, which is optimized then in order to get people to make sales. That's the way that I used to do things. The problem was that my only objective was to convert one of the email subscribers into a book call, and that book call for the sales team to then convert into a sale. Basically, my objective was to leverage their email list in order to get more book calls, to provide a supplementary stream of book calls in addition to the ads that they were running on Facebook and Google every single day. Everything was transactional. All of the things I've measured and tracked and tried to do was, it was basically how many people read this email and then clicked on the link to book a call, and then that's what I tracked. What percentage of people who booked a call actually showed up. That's another thing you track, and all of these other various things as well. And these things are good to track. You need to know these things. But when that becomes the North Star of what you're measuring, you start to make decisions. I started to make decisions of the way that I would write emails and do things in a way that would increase these conversions, and that's the primary objective. I didn't consider the recipient of the email. I didn't consider the fact that I was using manipulative marketing tactics in order to get them to click on the link and the various things. In hindsight, I can see that at the time I did not. I wasn't consciously aware of what I was doing, but when I prioritized the conversion rates and the number of sales and various things, everything downstream of that was essentially based on, well, how much money did this email make? If it didn't make much, it wasn't good. Not considering, did this email genuinely help the recipient, kind of thing. Did I provide genuine value, or did I provide surface level value in a persuasive way that got someone to click a link and book a call? That's what I used to do. Every relationship that I was involved with at scale through email marketing was always optimized to make money. And the reason was because my performance was measured on how much money do I make the client, and that there was and would justify the fee that I would charge. That's what I did in the past. Radical stewardships of relationships is a different way of doing things. Yeah, you still track the performance of what your systems and strategy is. You still track those, but you elevate the other person and their experience and what they gain from the interaction above what you want. So we go from this is what I selfishly want. If we're being brutally honest, it's I selfishly want you to become a customer, so you or a client, so you pay my high fee, so I get more money in my company, so I can hit payroll next month and I can have more money in the company. That's what I used to do. That's what I did with clients. That's what the client's perspective was when they work with me. That's the old way. The new way is, well, it's how can I serve this person to the best of my ability to help them, to uplift them for their flourishing at the expense of me potentially missing out on a sale. You elevate the recipient, the other person, their needs above you making money. It's the opposite. You go from making business decisions and marketing decisions on your own selfish needs, what can I get out of this interaction, to operating out of sacrificial love, which is how can I serve this person to the best of my ability, even if they don't become a customer or client, even if they can't become a customer or client. That's what radical stewardship of relationships is all about. Now, when in marketing, when we are involved in outreach, when we're involved in advertising, when we're involved in the whole, whatever it is, what we'll find is we will have a lot of surface level interactions. We will find a lot of people would show initial interest, but that relationship then drops off. What we'll also find if we look at things is that only a relatively small number of people are going to gravitate towards you, your business, and what you're doing, and these are the people that are essentially going to become your biggest fans. Your responsibility is to steward the relationship you have at scale through every interaction that you have, whether it's a social media post, an outreach message on LinkedIn, where every single message, every single piece of content you do is through the lens of stewardship, where how will this uplift the recipient, how will this help the recipient, how will this help them flourish, even if they don't become a customer or client at any point in the future. And if you operate like that, you are providing genuine value. Some people will gravitate towards you, other people won't. You then have to identify the people that do gravitate towards you. Some of these may be the highest paying clients that you've ever had. Some of these people may be people that would never be able to afford your services in a million years. But you focus on the relationship and how you can help and serve them. And then you continue to build the relationship with the people who do gravitate towards you. And over time, you'll find some of these relationships drop off, others get stronger. Then you focus more time and energy of your time on the people that gravitate more towards you and less on those that don't. You still provide that help and support, but you go through a process of identifying all the relationships that are strongest and most meaningful and that move towards you and you resonate with, and then you can help them and you can provide support and you can give them the ongoing support that you need. This is the way that I am applying radical stewardship. It's to systematize this process. It's to help you identify and to help me identify the people that resonate with my vision of radical stewardship, which is to inspire a global movement of Christian entrepreneurs who demonstrate that business can be a way to help others flourish rather than just a way to extract and enrich themselves. I want to attract other like-minded people so we can become models for other people and we can inspire inspire millions of people through the ripple effect. I want to be able to inspire Christian entrepreneurs and business owners to build profitable businesses through radical stewardship. Note, build profitable businesses through radical stewardship, not build average businesses, not building businesses that barely break even, not build businesses that barely cover your own expenses and that's something that you don't like in. No, build profitable businesses through radical stewardship. And when we apply radical stewardship to relationships, we build in these friendships, we build in these connections, we deepen in relationships, trust increases. When trust increases, people are more likely to become your client. If you have an inner circle of a group of people who all strongly resonate with your mission and vision, they gravitate towards what you're trying to do, and you give them a lot of time, energy, and effort, whether it's in a paid group or unpaid or whatever it is. Well, if you start to introduce people to your inner circle, don't you think it's more likely they're going to do the same to you? Don't you think they're going to send referrals to you? Don't you think they're going to make introductions to you? This is the way that it works. You find the people that gravitate most towards what you're doing. You focus on giving them most of your time, energy, and effort. You help and support them, they're going to help and support you, rather than the old way of doing it, which is you focus on mass acquisition, getting out to as many people as possible, because a small percentage of them are going to end up buying your product or service. It's just a better way of doing it. At least that's my opinion. If any of you resonate with what I'm talking about in this video, please reach out, because I want to speak to you, have a conversation, see how we align. And if we do align, I'd like to invite you to become a founding member in Radical Stewardship so we can help make this vision a reality together through a joint process rather than me trying to figure it out on my own. That's all. See you next time.